didn't see you there. Have you ever wondered how religion and science have shaped the field of applied and computational mathematics? Well, let's explore. Let's start with the history. Historically, science and religion are very interconnected. Religion often had a large say in shaping scientific beliefs, and this is no exception with applied math. Whereas mathematicians such as Kepler didn't change our understanding of the solar system, astronomers like Galileo after him were able to use his mathematical discoveries of ellipses to make these new discoveries in science. The math and science were able to explain the how, and religion was able to explain the why, because God created all things for the purpose of man. And so we can see that the relationship between religion and science has greatly influenced the field of applied math. Well, religion and science have clearly had huge implications of shaping the history of what is modern applied math. And so to get a better idea of what modern applied math is, I decided to ask people from my major who are currently studying applied and computational mathematics at BYU how religion and science have shaped their study and understanding of math, and as well as what their views are for the future and how it will continue to shape the field.
Religion and science has influenced my study of math, of applied math, in many ways. The first one is religion has taught me that there is a God, and there have been many times in my career of school that I have wondered where did someone think of this, or how did they figure this out? And I know that God definitely had a hand in that, in helping people make great discoveries that will advance the world that we're in. Science has also impacted my study of math, because I feel like applied math is a science, and in my own opinion, math is the most pure and abstract science there is. I mean, philosophy is a science, and it's more abstract than math, but math is definitely the most abstract one, and I feel like a lot of the things that I study in school impact many other fields of science, like engineering and biology and chemistry. I mean, every field uses math, and so that's what I think. And then religion and science will how will it shape the future of applied math is, in one way, is with the discovery of AI and greater renovations and innovations. We need to be conscientious of what is this actually doing? Will this be okay? And relying on religion and science to help us understand what's going on will impact the future of applied math. So, yeah.
What's up, gamers? So, science has shaped my study of applied math. Because it's what it's most applicable to. If you consider science without the branch of mathematics, and then you consider applied math, and you're like, what am I going to apply math to? It's going to be the rest of science, primarily. And that's mainly what I do. I do a lot of biology, cell biology, and medical science with my applied mathematics. So I would say it's shaped it in the way that it's kind of shaped what I'm going to do with it. And when I'm learning things about applied math, I kind of am thinking about these other real-world problems with biology and health, and how I could be using these math tools for that. When it comes to religion and how it shapes my study of applied math, I just, I'm a member of the church, and I feel like I use Heavenly Father and rely on His power to overcome my shortcomings, to sometimes to receive inspiration mathematically. Sometimes I think of something and I genuinely don't think that it's something that I could normally come up with when I'm problem solving. A lot of us mathematicians struggle with being perfectionism and comparing ourselves to others. And as I rely on the Lord, that really helps that. Now, I mean, science and the future field of applied math I think they'll kind of grow hand in hand. The field of applied math is really just, we're going to take math and find more ways to apply it. And so as we find more problems that need to be solved in science, we'll utilize different mathematical tools to solve those problems. Religion, how it influences applied math's development is a bit interesting, because religion is very hard to understand to begin with, and I guess I mean the concept of God. And I feel like as I understand more math, I do understand some things about his nature more so, especially because he's not all-powerful, and also, time doesn't exist wherever he lives, which is why, he knows basically the outcome of everything, but at the same time, no pun intended, there is no, it's still up to us, we still have our agency. But how that affects the development is just whether or not God decides to bless us with revelation and new things in math. So yeah, that's how I see it influencing the future. Maybe I'll get inspiration and get myself the next Green's theorem or whatever.
My interest in machine learning and learning how it works has influenced my study of applied math, as I've come to learn that all of machine learning is just governed by rules of math. And learning the math behind the science has really been a fun part of studying applied math. And along with rules, my belief in God has influenced my study of applied math, in that I believe that God works by rules, and I know that complex laws govern nature. And the more and more I study applied math and all the laws that govern how our Earth works and how we interact with it, has helped me gain a greater appreciation for God and the beauty of how science and religion interact with each other.
Hello, so the question was, how do I think science and religion has influenced my study of applied mathematics? I would say I've always been a curious person, but a very impatient person, and science has always felt comfortable with me because science kind of attempts to prove absolute truths about the universe, all fields of it, through empirical and undeniable evidence. And math is no exception to that. It's a language used to prove these truths about the universe. Math deals with very interesting problems in all areas of study, and they all have complete solutions. They just need to be discovered. And I find it very satisfying completing a problem, because I know that, through strong evidence, that I get a complete, absolute, correct solution. And I think religion is a great source of motivation and inspiration in times when you hit roadblocks in a solution. It can calm your mind in times of distress, and that's a very good thing to fall back on when solving problems and running into challenges.
So I feel like this question is interesting. Usually it's the other way around, that math and will affect science and religion, but there is some reversal causality as well. I'd say the number one way that science affects math, it's kind of like the demand. As we discover more science, we're demanding new math tools. Math can internally create its own tools, but science will also be oh, we have this interesting problem, and then sometimes math is invented in order to address that problem. So I'd say it's a demand driver. That's what science does. As far as religion, I think it has some implications with AI. I think a lot of times people are a little hesitant of AI, either for maybe religious kind of reasons, and that might have some effect on the way the math research goes in that field. For me personally, I think it has given me a healthy dose of like, religion has helped me put math in the right perspective where it's super useful and explains a lot of things, but it's not everything. So it's helped my study of that in kind of regulating how much I rely on it, while at the same time, like also like I really think math is cool. Like it explains so much, but religion helps me put it in the right place in my mind. So.
Well, clearly there are more than just the historical implications, but also the ethical implications as well of religion and science that come up in the discussion of applied math, with things like AI becoming a lot more prominent and large language models and machine learning. The ethics of, are we allowed to hire these or use these things like ChatGPT to perform some people's jobs in more cost-effective ways, such as writers? Has huge ethical implications. And aside from just these ethical and historical implications, religion and science both cause motivating factors in the field of applied mathematics, where they motivate us to want to do better, to want to have a deeper understanding and understand the math that goes behind these physics theorems that people are creating, and also motivate us to understand the natures and workings of God as well. And so I hope you enjoyed my brief little discovery into the way that science and religion and how their relationship affects applied math and influences my field of study. And so if you have any questions, feel free to reach out, but thanks so much for watching. Bye. Well, thanks to all my friends in Acme who helped me out with this video and helped me answer the questions that I had, as well as these are my citations. Thanks so much.